Sure, I would do honestly.
Making time for us.
Thank you for having me. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you must feel relieved that you have been cleared now by this report.
Yes, I indeed feel relieved. I feel vindicated. But I've always maintained my innocence. But I'm happy that a reputable firm in Cliff Decker Hofmeyer was commissioned to do this investigation. This is what they do. And they've come to this conclusion.
I went through the report this afternoon. I noticed that they spoke to you, they spoke to the editor of this news agency, the journalist, and this Jabu gentleman that will not be, of course, mentioned, the one who connected you to KT Molefe. Why didn't they speak to the police as well? I understand with KT Molefe because he's in jail. Did they not want to hear the version from the police?
I don't know. That question will have to go to them. I really don't know why they didn't speak to the police. They never discussed it with me.
Okay. But you understand why it would have been important for them to get the side of the police? So that it's not just one side of the story where it's people that are connected to you that are, of course, going to corroborate your version. And I'm not saying your version was wrong, but it would help to get another side, like get to the police and say, what did you notice about Kenny Kunene when he was at this house?
Yeah, I think I mentioned what transpired there. The police were not there for me, and but I wouldn't know why they didn't speak to the police. I think they felt that they were not an important aspect of this investigation. But I don't know. I can't answer for them.
So Steve Mutale is the editor of this news platform.
Yes.
But unfortunately, he couldn't go with this journalist to go and interview KT Molefe.
Yeah.
From my understanding of the report is that he was not well, and he has provided evidence to that effect. Who is this young journalist that you had to accompany to the story?
It's Bianca Binase. Yes.
Tell me more about Bianca. Is he an experienced journalist?
No.
Did Bianca need you to come with?
He's not an experienced journalist. I always get inquiries, even from my relatives, that they would want to venture into journalism.
Yeah.
I get inquiries from journalists at universities that they want to make ends meet, so therefore they want an opportunity. So it's one of those people that have got this burning desire for journalism, and he was just fortunate that he was available at a time when we made that decision.
Why didn't you guys run the story that KT Molefe has just been arrested?
Clement, you know, there's exclusive stories and breaking stories.
Yeah.
If you had followed Africa News Global from the time of its inception when it was launched, and I think you know, when it was launched, it was at the Maslow Hotel. Ministers were there, deputy ministers were there, people from different political parties were there, and business people. Its focus is exclusive news. Now, a breaking story, and if you follow it for all these years, it does not put much emphasis or concentration on breaking news, because a breaking news is you are breaking, somebody who breaks it also. We focus more on exclusive news. So it was not necessary for us to break such news. The journalist was there. The journalist was traumatized. The police just came in with guns, with a Casper, hidden faces. So I think that's not the focal point of Africa News Global. Africa News Global wants exclusive stories, and that's what we are known for. That's what it has been doing.
So, but when someone is being arrested, I mean, a story can both be breaking and exclusive. Can we agree on that? Because there are certain stories, they're just breaking news stories. Like Fanny Masamola arrives at the state capture at the Madlanga Commission. There are some news agencies that would break that. But there are certain stories that are breaking news, but they're also exclusive. At the time of KT Molefe's arrest, nobody knew about it.
No. Breaking news can be exclusive. A cop, by the way, same day, people knew that Molefe was arrested.
But later on.
So breaking news is what you break without detail. It's just a statement, breaking news. This is what's happening. It's a developing story. That's not the model That's not the character of Africa News Global. The character of Africa News Global is to investigate, is to bring the detail. So your news, these other online newspapers, I don't want to mention them and give them free publicity. These white-owned ones, no, those ones like breaking news.
Okay. The last time I interviewed Steve Motale, I went on the website, and I didn't only find exclusive stories on the website. So if I go on the website now, if you deal with exclusive stories, then I should only find exclusive stories.
No.
I can't.
No. That's our focal point. When we started, we had an arrangement with Reuters, where we take stories of Reuters and plug them in, where we take stories of independent newspapers, IOL, and plug them in. So we have those relationships where we take stories and plug them in. But our focal point is exclusive stories. And even the stories that would plug them in, the journalists will look at the story. Is it worth us taking and plugging it in? So we even sourced stories from Reuters. We paid Reuters per month so that we can source stories, international stories, continental stories, South African stories, of which your other online newspapers and newspapers do the same. So we are professional online newspaper. That's why I'm making this example of Reuters, of independent newspapers. So we do take stories from them because we have that arrangement.
What's your relationship with this journalist that has written this idea, that was with you at Katie Molefer's house? Because I saw in the report it says you guys were busy shopping for stuff for your house in the Free State, if I'm not mistaken, when you received the call from this gentleman who said you need to go to Katie Molefer's house for this interview.
Yeah, so sorry. When I was doing the shopping, I knew that there was going to be an interview, and that's why I took the journalist with me, because I didn't know what time until I was informed about the time of 12 o'clock. So that's why I took him to go with me, so that when the call comes and the address comes in, then we go there. And I don't know, Clement, what's your angle to go back to what has been investigated? Are you saying the investigation and the inquiry by Cliff Decker Hofmeyer is not sufficient to with the report that has come out?
Not at all.
So why are you going back?
Because I've never had the opportunity to talk to you, right?
No, that's fine.
And there are viewers out there that have never had the opportunity to hear you explain yourself. So that's why
they've had me on different news channels, including SABC.
Yeah, and there have been lots of developments since what happened. So that's why it's important for me to lay the foundation, because there's a long conversation I want to have with you, but it's important to lay that conversation. In fact, I'm going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, we're going to continue this conversation with Kenny Kunene, the Deputy President of the Patriotic Alliance. Stay with us. Welcome back. We continue our conversation with Kenny Kunene, who has been cleared by an independent investigation that was commissioned by the Patriotic Alliance that looked at what happened when he arrived at the home of Katie Molefer at the time of his arrest. Mr. Kunene, you were just explaining that you had gone shopping with this young journalist. You're saying you took this young journalist shopping with you because you knew that you were anticipating a call, that you must go do the investigation.
Yes.
Yeah.
The interview.
Okay. But is there any other relation with him? Because on the report, I think they refer to you as his uncle.
Yes.
Okay. With the news platform that you have, you are dealing with exclusives. Were you confident together with Mr. Motale that this is a person who can handle a story like that is an exclusive? Because my understanding is he has no experience in journalism. Does he?
Yes. That is why I was there. Remember, with these type of stories that are very sensitive, the people would want a senior person.
Yes.
And Mr. Motale was supposed to be that person. But because the confirmation came the same day, then Mr. Motale was not available. We could not miss that opportunity.
When did the confirmation come?
In the morning.
Okay.
And that is why I also went with the journalist, because of the sensitivity. Look, I took Mr. Motale to go interview President Jacob Zuma.
Yes.
I accompanied him. So it's not a new thing for us to accompany. And I've learned since 2016 when I started getting into the media space, The likes of Mr. Motali have also taught me journalism, how things work. Yes, I'm not a journalist, but at least I understand. I've sat with him interviewing very prominent people, and I'm mentioning one now, President Jacob Zuma, of which he has interviewed him not once. So that is why I was there, so that guidance can be given.
You were going to provide the guidance to the young journalists.
We could not miss that opportunity to interview. By the way, Mr. Motali has also assisted with preparing the journalist in terms of the questions that must be asked. So it's not a.
What do you understand about journalism to guide him when he's busy doing his work, this young journalist?
What do I understand about journalism?
No, I'm saying, what kind of guidance were you going to give him? Because as someone who is not necessarily trained as a journalist, you're saying they're at least training him.
Follow-up questions.
Or you're going to help do the interview.
He might perhaps ask a question, and the response is not sufficient, and I might be able to then say, no, this is a follow-up question that we need to get the details. So that would be the type of assistance that I would give.
Yeah. Are you still not comfortable to tell us who is the person that connected you to KT Molefe?
I am comfortable, but the person is not comfortable.
Oh, he's not comfortable with it?
Yes.
Who else was at the house when you arrived there with this young journalist?
It was Mr. Molefe and his kids.
And his kids?
Boys.
Was Malcolm X not there, the businessman?
No. Why would he be there?
Because he has already said, in fact, when I interviewed him, that he was at the house. He was called to come to the house because someone needed help. They told him that there are some police officers at the house of KT Molefe.
You are confusing Malcolm's story and our story.
No, I'm
Malcolm
trying to
was at the house with the first arrest.
Okay. So Malcolm was not at the house with the
I was at the house with the second arrest.
Okay.
So it's two different things.
Okay.
Malcolm was there with the first arrest. We were not there. So Malcolm was not there with the second arrest when we were there.
So Malcolm X is not the person that shared this information with you at all?
What information?
That connected you to KT Molefe?
No. It's not Malcolm X.
Okay. There are questions being asked around, and I'm sure you've seen at the State Capture, at the Madlanga Commission. I keep on referring to the State Capture Commission. At the Madlanga Commission,
yes,
there are people that are trying to connect the dots here about the business people in Gauteng. And some people come up and try to mention your name to try and link you to some of the people that are linked to people like Ket Matlala and KT Molefe. How do you respond to that? Because that has brought in allegations that you may be involved, as you know, in the criminal syndicates.
Yeah.
Are you at all connected to these individuals that have been found wanting by the SAPS?
But then you're talking about individuals. You must be specific. I have responded to the issue of Mr. Molefe.
Yeah.
It was investigated and inquiry happened. If you mention Ket Matlala, I can tell you now that I don't have Ket Matlala's phone number. We have never called each other. So there's no business between me, Ket Matlala.
Yeah.
There's no business. So there's no relationship. We have never ever called each other. So I don't know which other business.
Morgan Hangwani Maumela, do you know him?
No.
Malcolm X, you know?
Come on, man. Malcolm worked for me at ZA.
Yeah. And Serge Kabonge as well, you know.
Serge Kabonge has been at line from 2010 at ZA. Serge Kabonge has driven with me when I go DJ. I know these people.
Do you get shocked when such people are connected to these guys that are now behind bars? Because Serge Kabonge is connected to Ket Matlala and Morgan Maumela. These are people
connected
that he
how,
says,
Clement?
He told me that these are his close business associates. In fact, at some point, he referred to Ket Matlala as a friend.
Yes, that is his friend. It's not my friend. I know you. I don't know who you know.
True.
So who you know is not my issue. My issue is me knowing you.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, did it concern you? Did it even shock you that someone like Kabonge would say that he's even close friends with someone like Shadrach Sibia? Did this come as a shock to you as a fellow friend or an associate?
Shadrach Sibia is a cop. What is the problem? You see, Ket. You know, I'm calling you Ket because there's a video of you and President, and people are saying you are Ket Matlala. Yeah. So I was not shocked. Okay. There's no shock. People know each other. Malcolm is in the business. He's in the entertainment business. He's, as he says, a super consultant. He knows many people. Malcolm will shock you bringing a president of Nigeria to ZA. Malcolm will shock you bringing a president of Ghana to Rivonia on deck when we had these businesses. So there's no shock. These people know people. Both of them are in the entertainment space. Serge was called the blesser, the international blesser. They are in the... So they know people. Same as me. I was in the entertainment space for long. I know people. I know a lot of people. People come to my place. They come and buy alcohol and celebrate. Yeah. They come and enjoy themselves. I know these people.
But not everybody can call a deputy national police commissioner their close friend. I mean, it's not even an acquaintance or a friend.
What is the problem?
No, I'm not.
Clement.
So the problem becomes when there is an allegation from the KZN General Commissioner who says there are certain business people, especially here in the province of Gauteng, who have been protected by top cops. And Shadrach Sibiya's name has been mentioned there. So that's why some South Africans are trying to connect the dots here. And I'm not suggesting for a second, I don't think they are, that for some reason Serge Kabonge is involved in some level of criminality. But they're trying to connect the dots. If Shadrach Sibiya is accused of protecting some business people, and there's some business people that are coming up who are close with business people that have been arrested, that are in jail right now, and that business person says, oh, that's my best friend. I mean, that surely
I will be
supposed
shocked
to
when
make you think.
What will shock me is when the evidence is put here that Malcolm X has got this criminal activity with whoever. Serge has got this criminal activity with Ket Matlala. That will shock me. But knowing people,
being close friends with them,
knowing people and saying they are your close friends, you might have close friends that you don't know what they are doing. You hang out with people. If you drink, Clement, you would be in the presence of your friend who has brought friends, and you wouldn't know what those friends do.
Yeah.
And he'll introduce them to you as business people.
Yes, and I suppose the difference is in this case, Shadrach Sibiya is connected, according to the allegations by Mkonazi, to Ket Matlala. Ket Matlala is an associate, a close associate of Serge Kabonge.
I think Shadrach Sibiya is quite capable of defending himself or responding to these allegations, including Serge Kabonge, including Malcolm X. They are very capable of defending themselves. Let's allow them to defend themselves or to put their side of the story.
Okay.
I think Shadrach Sibiya will respond to those matters. I can't speak on his behalf. I can't speak for him. He's, I think, also going to go to the commission. We will hear his side of the story. Yeah.
Look, I just wanted to give you that opportunity because, as you know, there are allegations.
Malcolm has been my boy for years. He has worked for me at ZA. Serge Kabonge has been a client at ZA.
Did you know about the relationships they had with
I didn't
the top
know.
cops?
I didn't know.
Okay. What were you doing at the Hawks offices? Immediately after this story broke about you being found at Katie Molefe's house, there were pictures of you circulating. And I did read the story on your news website about what you had reported to the Hawks. Can you explain to our viewers what that was about?
So what happened is there's somebody that called me in May claiming to be a general of the Hawks, General Masunuke, General Masunuke, and he had a picture, a profile picture in May. I tried to ignore. He was asking for money, there's a case against me, wara, wara, wara. And I knew that he was lying, and I could have just blocked him. But I said to myself, what if these people are also extorting vulnerable South Africans? Let me take this matter to the Hawks. Let me see who is this Hawks person on the profile picture. And I met with Warrant Officer Thabo Lefoponyani. And I showed him the picture. I showed him the number. He said, this is not the number of the Hawks. I showed him the profile picture. He said, this is my colleague. I just left him in Krugersdorp. This is Captain Lefalibito. And he would never call people asking for e-wallets and 50,000 rands. And then we called the captain. The captain said, hey, I want to see that. Then Warrant Officer Thabo then said, no, look, I will arrange. I'm now going to National. I'm being deployed there. I will arrange with people who handle this type of cases at Germiston offices. So that was on the 12th of June when I met this warrant officer. And on the 22nd of July, he then gave me a call to say, look, Captain Libito is available. He's at Jamestown offices tomorrow. And the person who will investigate your matter is also available. So on the 23rd, I then drove in the morning to the Hawks offices to go and write an official statement so that an official investigation can now start. And I met Captain Libito, whose profile picture was put there, and he confirmed this is him, but he does not have this picture, which means this picture was taken at Rent Easter Show, where the Hawks had a gazebo and they were interacting with the public.
So have the police found this person who was pretending to be the Hawks general trying to extort money from you?
So what has happened, the IO then said to me when we were sitting in the office, the two of us taking a statement, he said, Brakeni, this crime is widespread. People have lost money, and every time we try to follow the phone number, it is in prisons. So we can't arrest these people because the people that they sent to get the money, or these guys sent e-wallets, we don't know who they sent. So it's very difficult for us, but we've got so many cases reported of these calls that can people impersonating the Hawks or impersonating state security. So I said to him, let's work together. Let me get the rat out of the hole, because I know the mind of a criminal. Because I've been managing this guy from May. And we then agreed. On the 25th, I went back to the offices of the Hawks. Fortunately, there was no picture then, where I went to update my statement so that an entrapment can happen. And then on the 28th, I agreed with this guy because he called me on the 25th and on the 26th. I said to him, let's meet on Monday. He said, no, you and I must not meet. Let me send my runner. You send your runner, let them meet. And then you get the 50,000, I will deal with your case. And the Hawks advised me that the venue I give them must be in Sandton, and it must be a single entrance place. I thought of Macro Woodmead. I gave the guy the time of 3 o'clock. He sent his runner. We were there. I had my private security because the Hawks were delayed to arrive on time because of the internal processes of entrapment. I said, I can't leave this opportunity. We are going to do a citizen's arrest. And the guy called me. He said, the guy is in a blue car. I said, let him walk to a MPV. This is the color of the MPV. He walked there. He was given a box of shoes with a bottle of champagne inside and a little bit of money so that it's got weight. And after he grabbed it, we then grabbed him with the security, my private security, put him in the car, drove to Sandton police station. I called the station commander, and he said, look, there's somebody that will receive you there. I called the Hawks. The Hawks came. They then received him. They found us at Sandton police station. We handed him over. He's a reservist police officer from Jabulani police station. He then confirmed to us, whilst we were waiting for the Hawks, that he was sent by somebody who was married to his cousin, late cousin, and this person is at Sun City prison.
Why is the police being sent by a prisoner to
That's the question we are asking. That's the question we asked him. So these guys are in prisons. Even in KZN, there are these guys who make calls in prisons, then they send people on the outside. And I want to send a message, Clement, whilst I'm here, to South Africans. Stop being told that we have got cases. Even if you have got a case, don't send e-wallets. No general of the Hawks will ask for an e-wallet. If anybody says they want money from you, meet them at the police station. If anybody says they are investigating your case, meet them at the police station. This extortion is rife. People are losing money. There's a gentleman that lost 900,000. There's a guy that was caught at the airport with 350,000 that was taken to KZN to be extorted. Because these guys, they look at what is happening to you in the public space, and then they start calling you and say...
But then if you're innocent also, why would you want to pay that money?
Like me, I was innocent. That's why I trapped them, and I did that so that I can assist the Hawks to at least break the case and have factual information where these people are. Now the Hawks know that these people are in prisons. However, this police reservist has agreed that he will go and identify this person in prison because he knows him. They are relatives, sort of. So the Hawks now are busy with that process of making sure that this finds conclusion. So I did well in this instance with the citizen's arrest to help the Hawks, but also to help South Africans.
So, have you spoken to the mayor of Johannesburg? He removed you when your investigation was underway.
He did not remove me, I resigned.
You resigned.
My party asked me to resign as the MMC. I then said, let me also resign as a councillor.
Have you spoken to him ever since? Because Gayton Mackenzie has come out to say that if you're not being reinstated, then you're going to withdraw as the Patriotic Alliance from the GNU.
Indeed. Look, we have been very patient with the ANC. They have refused, in fact, to appoint Liam Jacobs. The mayor has acted. The mayor has acted as an MMC. Now, Clement, listen to this. The mayor has acted as an MMC of transport. It's like the president acting as a minister. It's like the premier acting as an MEC. It has never been done. It is unheard of. You appoint a person and you go act in their position. So the mayor has put himself there. He wants to put the EFF there. So we negotiated 5 years transport. The EFF has got their own departments that they've negotiated for 5 years. So we have been patient with the ANC. This matter has gone to ROB, it has gone to the province, and we understand it has been taken to national. So indeed, if I am not appointed as the MMC for transport, we are withdrawing as the Patriotic Alliance from this coalition.
When were you cleared by the investigation?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. So are you expecting that the mayor should have made the changes already by now?
No. The president of the Patriotic Alliance has given 7 days. We started the process today of getting me back as a councillor. We are hoping that it will be finalized by Friday. And then, that's why he gave 7 days, so that by next week, as soon as I'm sworn in as a councillor on Friday or on Saturday, because the speaker can swear you anytime. Once I'm sworn in, then we expect the mayor to then appoint me as the MMC. The same way it happened when I came in. I was sworn in as a councillor, and same time I was appointed as the MMC.
But why are you issuing out threats already?
It's not a threat.
Well, the Gayton Mackenzie says if Kunene is not.
It's not a threat, it's a fact.
Yeah, but why
we
you
have
not?
Been impatient.
Have you spoken to the mayor?
From July, we have been impatient.
But the mayor wouldn't have appointed you then because you had not been cleared. You were only cleared yesterday.
No, but you are supposed to appoint my replacement, Liam Jacobs. That's what we gave the ANC. And the Patriotic Alliance does not negotiate coalitions with the mayor. It negotiates coalition with the ANC. And the ANC will put people that will negotiate coalitions. And these are the people that we engage with. The regional secretary in the region, the provincial chairperson who would be the premier, the provincial secretary, and whoever else that they bring.
Was Liam Jacobs the right person for the job?
Those are the people that we negotiate with. And those negotiations come after we have met national. So we met with national of the ANC.
I get that, Kenny.
In 2021.
But I'm saying, was Liam Jacobs the right person for the job?
Yes,
because,
of course.
Did he have capacity to be the MMC?
He was
did he
an
have
MP.
Some experience?
Hello? He was an MP.
What reason did
he
the
was
Johannesburg
doing good work as an MP? You have MMCs here who don't have metric that are being deployed everywhere. So you can't even ask me about Liam having capacity. He's more capacitated.
What concerns did the Johannesburg mayor raised around him? Because there were concerns about, is this person going to be able to run that? That
was an excuse. The mayor, the day we were voting for mayor, Dada Morero, in 2023, on the day we were going to cancel to vote for him to be mayor, he had a meeting with me and the Treasurer General of the Patriotic Alliance. So he was meeting political parties. It was him in the meeting. It was the regional secretary of the ANC, Sasabona Manganye. Then it was myself and the Treasurer General of the Patriotic Alliance, Anthea Lish. He then said to me in that meeting, I am thinking of swapping you with the EFF. You go to public safety, EFF goes to transport. I said no. The Patriotic Alliance has negotiated 5 years, and I would want to finish so that when I give a report of my performance, it's a 5 years. And he said, okay, it's fine, I understand. So the mayor has been having this thing with the Secretary General of the EFF to swap both of us. When I got to council, the MMC of Public Safety, Mgeni Chwaku, came to me and said, I understand we are being swapped. I said, no. Dada just told me that, and I said, no.
Yeah.
He said, no, my Secretary General told me that we are being swapped. They have agreed with Dada. So he has had this thing. I don't know why he wants the EFF to take transport. So, and I was clear then.
That's not going to be
so
the case.
Liam Jacobs' age or inexperience is an excuse. There are more useless MMCs in this country that Liam Jacobs will eat for breakfast.
Yeah. What happens after
highly capacitated young man?
What happens after 7 days? So is Gayton McKenzie then going to resign as Minister of Arts and Culture?
No, we are talking about the GLU.
Yeah.
And if we
GNU.
decide that he will also resign in the GNU.
No, but he said, in his words, he said, any member leader of the Patriotic Alliance, if Kenny Kunene is not reinstated, I don't want you to even stay another hour in your position.
We are off.
We're all
everywhere.
withdrawing. So I'm again asking the question, if 7 day lapses, are we going to see Gayton McKenzie resign as Arts and Culture Minister?
Yes. If that's your
No, that's what he said.
Yes.
Haven't you heard his clip?
Yes.
Yeah, he said
I
that.
know, I know, I was listening.
So he has to resign.
Yes.
That's only fair, right?
All of us.
He can't wait for another hour.
All of us, we must walk away.
Okay.
And Dada Morero must then be everywhere.
Okay.
Because we have been patient and now we are here.
Okay.
We are not lackeys of the ANC.
Let's see what happens. Just quickly, I've got 50 seconds here. You've been announced as the PA mayoral candidate for Johannesburg. You're going to go ahead with Helen Zille and other candidates that are going to be announced by other parties. Do you think you can take them on? And what's your message to the residents of Johannesburg? Why are you the person they must consider when we get to elections next year?
I think the DA insulted the residents of Johannesburg to bring an old age home to come and lead Johannesburg when she failed in Cape Town. That's
How
number one.
did she fail in Cape Town?
She failed in Cape Town.
How?
She was the mayor for the suburbs. She was not the mayor for Guguletu. She was not a mayor for Khayelitsha. She was not a mayor for Manningbeck. She was not a mayor for Michelle's Plain and other places. She was the mayor for the suburbs. So she wants to come here and be a mayor for Sandton and Houghton. We cannot allow that. So I know that the people of Johannesburg trust me. From the corners of Orange Farm, Soweto, Alex, Deep Slot, Cosmo, Midrand, Sandton, Houghton, people have been saying, we saw your work and your energy, your political will when you acted as the mayor.
Yeah.
And please, can you stand as the mayor, will vote for you. So there is that confidence in Kenny Kunene because of what I have done. All these ones, Mashaba, Helen Zille, they've been mayors before. What have they done? They've done nothing. And I've proven myself in 2 days, in 7 days, what I'm capable of.
Okay.
I have transformed the transport department. That is why the mayor has decided to act where I was, because that department is the most functional department in the city of Johannesburg. I've stabilized it. I have perfected work ethic there. That's why he's acting there. He's even forgotten the mayor is the MMC.
I'm out of time. But thank you so much for coming through, and all the best with your campaign to be the next mayor of Johannesburg. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you very much.
And thanks to you for watching the Tuesday edition of Face the Nation.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, patriots across the nation. We're in a situation where we see that Deputy President Kenny Kunene, while being interviewed by Clement Manyathela, right? And in this instance, we see that there's a big focus on, especially him being friends with, or having been there with Katis. So you see that they try to pin it so that it is his friend, which is one of the other things that the president has always said, that the media aren't our friends. Hence, we need to have our own media platform, right? And definitely, I do agree. Secondly, we look at the fact that they also try to focus on these businessmen and trying to say, since we have all these businessmen, they should be linked to you. they definitely should be linked to you. So trying to link this businessman and saying that they're friends with politicians. And well, as we all know, our president and deputy president aren't your ordinary, because they're not career politicians. They actually do come from the business world. And in the business world, you meet many people. Looking at the example he made with the likes of the character Malcolm X. Malcolm X has, like he says, has worked for him at Azhar. So already there's a relationship there where they've known each other, saying that the guy can bring people that you wouldn't expect, like a president of a different nation. So it is a super consultant in the context that this person really does know people. And if somebody really does know people, it then makes them very much more knowledgeable and known in the streets, makes them know a lot of people, makes them actually be resourceful. So these are some of the things that you understand in the relationship in the business world. For me, I would have preferred they haven't had any of those relationships, but it is what it is, as it is in the past. As long as the friendship isn't then being nurtured into trying to get into other things, deals and so forth, which would not work in the best interest of the political direction and confidence. So that is my cut on that. Then we get to the Helen Zella part, where I like just how he destroys it totally. That there is nothing that can be learned from somebody who is a leader of the suburbs, where the rich are, the foreigners are, because mainly in Cape Town it's a lot of foreigners and the white people who are very, very wealthy, not just your random white people there. Not even the average white people can't even afford to live there. It has to be the wealthy and then the foreigners. So Helen Zella is that. So I always fail to understand what they mean when they try to say that we should be fearing Helen Zella. People know the Democratic Alliance for what it is. People see it for what it is. It is not that they do not see what is happening in those Cape Flats, in the other areas, and everything that the Democratic Alliance stands for and tries to actually pursue and push. So as a society, we have to come to a point where we come together and we actually say that who are the best working people. You go back to the story where he talks, or the situation where he talks about the MMC position in the roads. Why had this Dada not just be firm and say that we as the party, me as a leader, have always agreed, even before, with the parties, that this position is for none other than Kunene and our dear friends who happen to be that of the Democratic to the Patriotic Alliance, so that when the time comes that the situation that just happened where Kunene has had to vacate his position, you'd find that when Liam was appointed, it should have been easy for Liam to just slot in there, but it had to now become a struggle where it became a whole different political landscape where people are now fighting for their position. Until today, hasn't been given anybody, allocated to anybody, because now the EFF are fighting for it. But in the hindsight, looking at it now, it is that it is more it has benefited us. Why do I say it has benefited us? It has allowed for the redirection of putting Liam to the city of Cape Town, as there was a promotion from that side, and then looking at now what has happened with the findings of this investigation. Kunene can now go back into that position towards the next elections and then go into the mayoral position should the Patriotic Alliance win. should it win. So that is what we're banking on. Should it not win, the party will see the way forward as of then, right? Then they asked people about people like Liam Jacobs, saying there is no capacity. What is capacity? What is capacity? Capacity is knowing what to do, understanding what you're doing, what you're reading, and knowing the directions of your party and not being fooled. This was always clear that Liam had not had that experience, but it was him being put in that position so that he can actually fulfill the mandate and actually do what is right, and also show that he can do the work instead of actually always complaining and complaining. This was an MP. He wouldn't have been an MP if he wasn't educated, capacitated, and knowing how to actually work in governance. So this was mainly an opportunity for him to gain that experience, showcase that he can actually do a lot, and then prepare him, mold him into a bigger, better position in future. Because as a young man, he still got time, which is where you need to now put him in that hot seat and then cultivate that talent. And in which is something that I'm in 100% support of. Kunene had actually fought against illegal foreigners, and that gave a whole lot of confidence in him and people into the Patriotic Alliance. So I do not know what the majority of the people of South Africa really see in this, or the people that are actually looking at that term, right? So it is of great importance that you look at what he had done in that time, and also having a look at what he had done, say to yourself, is this a type of leader that we are ready to come and vote for so that he can lead us into clearing these things, and then we can go into the next phase of ourselves tomorrow, the next time, and so forth. So we're going to go into a very, very important elections where we can all agree that the ANC are non-existent. So now are we going to look at the Action South Africa, the Patriotic Alliance, the Democratic Alliance, and so forth, because I believe these are the three major parties. The Economic Freedom Fighters also, but then we also have to look at everything as time goes, which is why we really need to push hard in these upcoming local elections as patriots across the nation. So I don't know what's your opinion, patriots, but I would really do like to hear from you under the comment section, saying, are you happy to see the deputy president back, having been cleared, and so forth? And also some of the things, the questionings and the answers that you liked, didn't like, and what are your opinions on them? Continue to check those in the comment sections. Salute, patriots. Don't buy any. And when I say don't buy any, I actually mean like, share with friends, subscribe. Always look out for the next one. Salute.
Sure, I would do honestly.